Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Desi, and today I'm going to be playing a game that I've put about 1280 hours into. I just want to kind of test the water, see how it does, see who watches, see if it can garner interest, and I'll eventually do a series on it, if I can get the interest. But I want to do a change of pace from from sitcoms, from Frasier. I'll be doing more of those, but I decided I'd do one of these just because I was in the mood for it. I've already beaten both campaigns on Legendary, but hopefully I can do better here. So we'll see. And initially, you pick your general, and you pick traits. And what we want to go for is Army Organ training is really good, because training allows for... Actually, reconnaissance is pretty good too. Because reconnaissance allows you to see the size of the enemy force, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so reconnaissance. Medicine is very much slept on, especially when you're playing the South. I will be playing the South here. And you have a lot of trouble replenishing troops in the later campaigns, or later part of the campaign, so medicine is very slept on, and you'll see why if and when the campaign goes on. Logistics, not so much. And politics and economy is very good. Politics allows you to get more troops early on, so that's what I'll be going for. So tactician, army, politics. I'll be playing as the South, and we'll be playing on Legendary. This is very fun. And we're going to be using my Wheel of Time protagonist name, Luz Theron. And I won't even be using this general as the campaign goes on. But anyways, let's get started. Potomac Fort. And apparently, I'm going to try and see if it works. There's a way to cheese this a little bit, because this is very difficult. So if I save it, I'll just save it at Luz Theron, since this will be my load. Boom. I'm not sure this will work 100% completely sure, but it should. Okay, so what we want to do, oops, I do not want to route. Is we want to make a flanking maneuver. I think we do at least. Okay, you don't need to route, that is unnecessary. I don't know why I turned advice on, that was silly. So the key to this game is flanking. We want to take these trees so we have that position to attack. Our cavalry is going to be very important here, but it's easy to get a little bit carried away. A lot of people get turned off by this particular scenario because it's very difficult and it requires a lot of patience. So I'm just going to pause it right now. What I'm doing is there are skirmishers in these trees, and in a river, your troops take a ton of extra damage and have morale shock. So you want to go around and get in these trees. Cover is the most important factor in this game. If you don't have cover, your troops are going to take a ton of casualties. So I'm sending these guys over just to... Okay, and also don't be like me and run your troops. Okay. So these guys are doing what they do in this game and doing this Highland charge and coming at my cavalry. We've spotted their skirmishers, which is great. These guys are going to charge my cavalry, which is great because it's going to prevent them. What we're trying to do is stop these guys from getting to the fort. So we're gonna, with some flanking fire, we might be able to get a rout on these guys. Okay, I don't know why I kept this advice on. It's really stupid of me. Okay, so we're actually gonna move you guys up and send you guys over since we've secured this. They are gonna be in that wheat field. These guys are glitching out, which is good for us, I guess. Oh boy, that was bad. But if we can get these guys into cover, we can hold that. This is a pretty good position. Now what we want to do is get the 2nd Ohio to fight in that swamp. There we go. I think that should do. Hexamer is in... Hexamer unfortunately took some casualties. Okay, they're in a vulnerable spot, so that's good. We do need to take that fort. So we need to keep that in mind. But our infantry is in perfect position to put some good casualties on him. Okay, we need to get Crocker to get a flank here. In fact, let's remaneuver a little bit. Okay, the rest of our troops are coming in. That's good. We did lure one of the brigades away, so that will make it a lot easier going forward. And we're actually going to send Hexamer into charge, or Crocker into charge, because I think he has... Oh, he should have. I don't know why he didn't charge. He just backed off, evidently. That's really annoying. Okay, these guys are actually trading really, really well. Yeah, they're getting very high casualty to death ratios, so I'm actually quite happy with how this is working out. Although Kemper skirmishers are not doing so hot, so we need to probably send them over there. So these skirmishers look like they're gonna go fortify. But that's rather annoying. But it is what it is. Okay, they're gonna charge, which is very stupid of them. Now if we can get a surrender here, that would be flippin' amazing. Because they're not gonna hold up with that. That is a very stupid move on their part. And this is just a delaying action to try to buy us some time. Hexamer is not doing so well in that fight. Okay, they're running. We're going to get you out of there. They're taking some nasty casualties. That's really good. We're going to send Crocker in, Hexamer out. They're going to pivot. We can send Hexamer back in. Cavalry's probably going to take a volley, but that's okay. Because they will not be able to hold up very well in melee. We have tons of time still. We're inflicting pretty good casualties, so this is fine. Looks like Crocker is taking... Yeah, see, this is where cavalry comes in handy. The skirmishers are not good in melee, so the cavalry is just cutting them down. They're probably going to shatter. Unless they get unless they get very unlucky. I'm actually going to send Hexamer around. These skirmishers are going to come up. You guys are running still. You guys are... So these guys are out of condition. which is very unfortunate. Okay, these guys are getting cut down still. That's good. So the back part of this fort is vacated. All we need to do is just get around to this side. And we should have it pretty easy. This is not good. See, these guys are in the wheat fields now. The wheat field provides cover, which means we won't be getting as good exchanges there. Crocker, I don't know what you're doing. This is not good. Okay, they shattered. So what happens when they shatter is you see the units running around, but they no longer have a unit tag over the top or the little bar. It means that I broke them and they are no longer in the battle. I've effectively routed them off of the field and killed, I think, 80% of them, and they will shatter when you do that. Okay, so 2nd Ohio, we'll just leave them there. They're not really going to be much of a threat. These other skirmishers should also shatter. And provided we leave enough troops for Crocker, he should be able to... Actually, we have tons of time. I don't know why it gives us 3 hours. Okay, so those skirmishers are getting cut down. That should be another shatter. We've successfully distracted this brigade. We bloodied them up. We've been pretty good at taking low casualties so far. We are going to take some casualties taking over this fort. What I'm going to do is speed this up a little bit, and we're going to rest our guys before we make our big grand maneuver to take the fort. And hopefully we don't get flanked. In fact, I'll leave Heximer back here since he's kind of beat up to prevent that exact action. Okay, we've routed the other unit, and we're going to use Crocker from now on as sort of like reconnaissance. Siegfried, we're going to give these guys a little bit of time to recoup. When their condition is low, oh my gosh, okay, hold on, we don't want that. We're going to try to, can't have you guys doing that. Either way, we're fighting in the trees. We should be fine. In fact, you guys go ahead and start doing this. We don't need to wait all day for this. Okay, you guys are taking artillery fire, which is not ideal. These guys are down to about 50% numbers, so maybe a cavalry charge can shatter them. And that's just less troops we have to fight in the next battle. Yeah, they're running. Like another 100 casualties and they'll be done. Dunzo. Okay, that's fine. Not going to stress too much about that. We'll just get Heximer over there. Siegfried, you've had time to recover a little bit. These guys are taking artillery fire, but the artillery fire is very ineffective. Just see if we can get some side shots on them. Okay. I think we're ready. Okay, these guys should couple more volleys. Okay, careful, careful, careful. We need to be very careful here. Okay, they're routing again. I think we have to kill both of the batteries too, so that does give us a little bit even more of a time crunch. Oh my gosh, these guys are stuck in the water. We're going to send our skirmishers to actually see if we can dislodge that artillery. These guys are a little bit low in condition. We're going to run. We're going to run, we're going to run, and we're going to run. Siegfried's skirmishers might shatter here, which will be very unfortunate, but need to get them dislodged. Okay, they're dislodged. It's very important to keep dislodging. When you attack from a fort from behind, or you attack any unit from behind or from the flank, you have a very good chance of routing them. That is probably the most important part of this game, is flanking. We are going to take infantry fire, probably a lot of it. Okay, we've managed to dislodge both the artillery, that's good. We don't need to keep shooting them, we need to get these infantry off. They're the biggest threat right now. You need to join with your parent unit. You can break off skirmishers, it's important. But that is not our objective. Okay, this should finish them off. Okay, there's a shatter. Okay, we've dislodged that infantry unit. We're taking pretty heavy casualties here from this infantry. Okay, they're dislodged. Now we need to get rid of this pesky infantry. You don't need to charge, you just need to... All we need to do is kill that artillery. Okay, they're going to try and refortify. All we need to do is just get in the fort. Just take over what they hit. If only were that simple. Okay, good. We've got these guys hitting from behind. They're not doing so hot. These guys are going to come up. Okay. This is actually looking okay. Yes, so right here, want to point out these fortifications are very good. We did take losses, as you can see. There's some like losses that we took getting in, but now that we're in the fort, we have a very good defensive position. Okay, so that's phase one. That was the hard part, I think. Actually, we have a lot of troops, so we might actually be okay. But we are going to get hit heavy here. So that is a little bit of a concern. These ships are a pain, but what's a bigger pain is the massive amount of troops that are going to hit us that we need to slow down. And we're going to break off skirmishers and do that. We're actually going to send Siegfried up here to back up the line because they will be attacking primarily from this direction. Our skirmishers will simply be there to slow them down. Skirmishers are really good for extending lines. They're good for flanking maneuvers. And in general, they can soak damage or soak like infantry fire if need be. These, in fact, let's move that over. So we just need to damage these boats so they don't do so much damage to our artillery. We're going to move our artillery over here, and you're going to see why. But yeah, there's some large infantry units coming. 900, 1100, 900. So that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, there's like another 1,000. There's a lot of troops coming at us. And we will not be able to hold because they will just charge. And when they get in melee, our fort defenses... I don't care. Go away. Our fort defenses aren't going to be good for much. Okay, our reinforcements are arriving. Actually, it's just our cavalry, it looks like. Maybe our infantry later. But our casualty rates are fairly low, fortunately. So we have a fair amount of men to defend. And my goal here is to inflict as many casualties as I can on the Union forces. And you'll see why at the end of the battle statistics screen of why I'm so adamant about inflicting casualties. Okay, these guys have been knocked down by a third and about a fifth. So we will be moving our artillery fairly soon. And what we're going to try to do is when these infantry come up, we're going to hit them from the side. Okay, so these guys are still invisible. This crossed over eye means they can't be seen. And we have a very good opportunity here to take their supplies. Okay, Grant is moving up. I think we've taken out enough ships for now. We're actually going to move one of our artillery batteries. And we're going to hit Burnham since he's the far flank. We're actually going to move Crocker over. Hopefully he can stay invisible. And we're going to press the H button as soon as he becomes visible and quickly take this. Capturing supplies is very, very important. So we're going to move the artillery there. And that'll allow us to get canister shot. Okay, we've got the supplies. Crocker has completed his main objective, and for now on he's going to just simply serve as a distraction or maybe to do the final charge. But having those supplies is huge, because that 192 double supply wagon, those will convert to prisoners exchange. So basically I'll get like 200 troops just from that alone. That is such a huge deal early on. That is a snowball effect. It will make life a lot easier come Shiloh. That is the first major battle. Okay, Burnham is getting flanked. He's going to turn. He has been successfully distracted. We are going to withdraw now. Now notice it does take infantry a while to turn around and fire, and I was actually able to inflict about 30 casualties on Burnham without him inflicting a single one in exchange. So that is super good. Very happy about that. These supplies, I'm just going to move them over to the corner in case I need them later. I doubt I will. Okay, Merritt, you need to hit Grant. No, don't move. Okay, Terry's going to come up. Burnham has turned his flank again. So we're going to do what we just did. But if all these guys group up, there is 4,000, 5,000, and we probably have, yeah, we have 3,500. We're outnumbered almost 2 to 1. But our infantry reserves are coming, which is going to be BIS. Or it's just going to be POG, I should say, not BIS. BIS is a World of Warcraft thing. Okay. Going to hit Burnham again. We're actually going to try to get a route here. We can't have 4,000 troops just sitting there. They're being very stupid, though, and just taking shots from Kemper. I don't know what they're thinking. You guys don't have very good cover. Okay, get out of there. This is not ideal. They're being really stupid. No, we have extra supplies coming. Okay, good. Allen gonna break off skirmishers here. And we're just gonna keep extending the line. We're gonna have a thin red line of skirmishers just to... Okay, he's turning his back again. We're actually gonna rotate a little bit. Terry is starting to get canistered. Okay, Burnham is actually going to be really stupid and charge my skirmishers. That's wonderful. Like, all we're trying to do them is prevent them from taking the fort. Our secondary objective is to basically shatter this entire army so we can capture their weapons. And maybe even get a surrender if we do it right. I don't know why I'm playing this game again. I already beat it and I put so many hours into it, but I feel like with how hard it was for me, maybe somebody else who just picked it up will be like, I can't beat this game, how do you do it? So you're seeing 1,200 hours of playtime come in handy. I know there's another guy coming over here. I think it's skirmishers. Okay, they're starting to mass up. We really need to, looks like they're gonna, yeah, they're already starting to charge. But it looks like it's just one unit. Okay, never mind, they're not charging. Okay, we've got battle over here. Actually, we might actually be able to just flank in general. It looks like they're being stupid again. Crocker might actually be able to get me some artillery kills. I think Crocker... he can take another 40 or 50 before he shatters. We need to get a flank on battle. Okay, we've got a route. That's good. Just keep it up. We are taking a bit more casualties than I would like, especially from these skirmishers who are kind of shredding me right now. Okay, Kemper. You guys focus on Brook. These ships are about dealt with. That's good. Crocker. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're starting to hit him pretty good here. Battle is an existential threat. He's just freaking shredding us right now. So we need to get out. We're actually going to fall back because it's just not... We need to get him out in the open and rout him. He's hitting literally like these group of skirmishers are whacking us way worse than the frigate infantry are. So we need to get them off the field. No, I don't want you to charge. I just want you to get flanking attacks on him. It's freaking killing us. Okay, these guys are about... Once we sink one of those boats, I don't even think we need to worry about that much, to be honest. Okay, one of our freaking commanders got killed, which is really annoying. Okay, these guys have their butts turned towards us. Skirmer is in a terrible, terrible position, and we need to take advantage of that. Let's get the cavalry around and see if we can get some artillery. Or get some of their artillery. Okay, battle is now routing. We need to press him. I don't know if battle will shatter, but the less troops of his we have to deal with, the better. Shermer is taking nasty casualties. That's good. Crocker has successfully done the flanking maneuver. I'm thinking about withdrawing a little bit just to lure them into another trap. Okay, yeah, Crocker's just wasting these artillery. Holy crap, look at him. Should be a pretty quick rout. Crocker has been the MVP of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, Allen has pretty good cover there, so actually we might be able to hold this and start thinking about flanking and starting to try to get shatters on these infantry. Okay, that is a rout. Battle is back, and he's probably going to shatter my cavalry here, which is really that's unfortunate. But the cavalry are stuck in the river too, which is really annoying. But we might actually be able to turn this around. You guys need to get out of the river. 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 Why are you guys stuck in the river? Get out of the freaking river. They're going to shoot us. Yeah, they're going to get wasted. Hold on. Like, that's not our... Okay, they're actually going to charge Allen. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here for a second. Okay, let's see if we get these skirmishers over to get flanks. Crocker is doing his last stand. You guys are going to hold if you can. Siegfried's going to come over. Kemper's going to come over. We're going to try to get point-blank range in with our... So, something I want to point out. They do these charges, which are really stupid sometimes. The AI is pretty good in this game, but the reason why they win and they're so hard to beat in Legendary is just because of overwhelming numbers. They are not very smart. And these guys all have Springfield 1842s. They are very good in close range. These guys are coming in at close range. They are not very good at long range. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all of my skirmishers, which are all armed with 1842s, up nice and close so I can use the weapon effectively as possible. Siegfried is not in an ideal spot. He needs to get out of there. He's going to get shot and flanked himself. Okay, Grant is now routed. Allen's skirmishers are routing, but it's fine. All we need to do is just hold this off. Crocker is somehow still alive and kicking. He's amassed over 500 casualties, like freaking MVP here. Look at this kill-death ratio. And he's also gotten rid of the artillery, more or less. We might actually be able to get a surrender here if we do this right. I don't know, though. If we could get a surrender here, that would be so freaking huge, but we don't have any. Our cavalry flanking force is now gone. And we still have their skirmishers to deal with. Okay, Burnham got really beat up on that. That's super good. Love to see it. Burnham is still taking shots. I don't know what happened to our... Okay, you guys, I don't think anyone's gonna take them out, but... Okay. Well, Crocker, you did your job. It's the first unit we lost, but they were worth their weight in gold. We're actually going to move our artillery up because I'm not terribly worried about this gunboat anymore. And we're going to start our flanking maneuver. We have enough troops now. We've evened the odds. It's probably roughly, I would say we're about evenly matched now. We're going to move Canfield into these trees and we're going to start surrounding. Oh gosh, here they come again. I don't know why they think these charges are a good idea. This is the same unit that charged earlier, but I'm not going to stop them from being stupid. Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. Okay. Gonna move them up a little bit. Gonna move them up, move them over. Gonna do that. Just keep the lines. Keep the flank going. How are these guys are probably, yeah, these guys are exhausted now. Siegfried has some condition left. These trees are not going to be the best cover. But we now have almost a complete envelopment, which is very good. Okay, skirmish should rout pretty soon. He's not going to be able to take a lot of those flanking shots. Laumann is by himself. Can probably just charge him since we have good... Oh my gosh. Can you guys not? Oh my freaking gosh. Like, they charge and all of a sudden they stop charging, like mid-charge. Like, I don't get it. But either way, we're going to send Bernie's skirmishers. I think they started with 180 and they're down to 80, so once they get down to like 50, I think they will shatter. Or maybe I think it's 25% or 75% losses they shatter, so yeah. 74, 73, 72. Okay, keep the flank going. Brooke is coming in for a charge. Let's not have that. There, he's gonna get absolutely crapped on by my artillery. That's okay. We don't have any supplies there. We need to remedy that situation now. Oh my gosh, Laumann is being such a pain in the butt. Just go away. You're screwing up my entire freaking maneuver. Get out of there. Okay, you guys have no cover and you're taking awful casualties. Let's not have that. Okay, Laumann is now routing or in the start of a rout. So we don't have to worry about him anymore. So once their unit card or whatever you call it starts turning white, it means they're routing. So even if it doesn't says rout, once they start wavering, they will start falling back and they will not shoot back at you. So as long as he's not shooting back, I don't care. He's basically useless. He's just cannon fodder. Okay, Terry. Bernie, you actually can do some damage, so why don't you come and help me dislodge? Okay, artillery is gone. Siegfried, oh my gosh, dude, my freaking generals, all my commanders are getting killed. This is really obnoxious. Okay, come on, come on. We try to make them stay out of the woods and try to shove them into this open area. We're going to try to herd them. Keep them out of the woods. Out of the woods and in the open. Where did my artillery... I had a whole nother artillery unit. Where did it go? Oh, it got shattered. Ah, that sucks. But that's okay. Probably took too much secondary fire, or indirect fire. Where do they run off to? Oh, there they... Yeah, that's unfortunate. I probably can put them there to finish that off now. I'm not worried about the boats anymore. I just needed to defend against the infantry, and that's what artillery are good for. Okay, let's start. Okay, if we do this right, this could be so flippin' good. If we can get the 1,000 prisoners, it'd be so freaking huge. Okay, Bernie, you need to get over there. You have full condition. Don't let them take that. Okay, you should get a direct flanking attack, which will rout them. Okay, they are routing. Good. Skirmers also routing. Might actually be able to force a surrender on Skirmer, and if we do that, we can just call it, for more or less, because that'll put us close to the max. So you're allowed a maximum of 1,000 units that you can capture that they convert over into the next. And what happens is the prisoner exchange, if you capture 1,000 prisoners, you get 1,000 troops. And early in the game, you only get a small amount of troops. So it'll be huge in some of the later battles if I can get Skirmer to surrender. So we're gonna charge. Come on. Okay, you guys are gonna shatter if we're not careful. Come on, just surrender. Oh my gosh, they're being so annoying. Like, you're in the flippin' swamp. Oh my gosh. Like, just, they... It is what it is. I'm not gonna be too upset. Like, other than a few, like, setbacks, this has been pretty clean. Okay, Skirmer is now gonna be really annoying and get stuck behind my lines where we can't do anything about it. Okay, whatever. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get a surrender. They're running out of time, too. It's probably going to go right to the end credits scene, too. But we've successfully captured and held, so I can't be too upset. Oh, okay. I think the troops we get, Siegfried and Kemper, are the ones we keep. And I think no, I don't know if Hexamer's kept. Well, I know we keep the artillery too, but we already lost 1 unit of artillery, so I don't know. We are going to try to get a surrender here, though. I don't know how. I'm sure if we're very, very diligent, we might be able to pull it off. Freaking battle is still like a complete nightmare to deal with, but he's running out of troops. He should shatter pretty soon, and that'll make life a lot easier. Okay. Siegfried we're going to be able to keep, but he's really beat up, so... Okay, Skirmer's going to try for another Highland charge, which is ill-advised. Oh my gosh, we're going to lose skirmishers. Battle's about ready to shatter. but we're going to lose these skirmishers. I'm really tempted to just call it quits right now. Just because we're going to have to deal with this stupid... Wait, no, they're retreating. Never mind. I take it. No, he hasn't shattered yet. I don't know how he hasn't shattered yet. That is a miracle in itself. Okay. Kemper, we're just going to leave on there. He's already taken enough casualties. Kemper's skirmishers we're going to pull out because we're going to be able to use them again. We don't want them to shatter because we will not be able to recover them. Okay, battle has routed. Oh my gosh, you guys, why? Why are you doing this to me? Like, the fact that they're even still in the game is a miracle, but like... Okay, we can't shoot them because of the stupid commander unit. Oh my gosh, and you guys are in the freaking swamp. Oh my gosh. I hate micromanaging this game sometimes, it's so annoying. Okay, we don't want Siegfried skirmishers to break because we won't be able to get them back. Okay, never mind. They only took a couple. That's fine. I don't care. Siegfried himself is coming around. Might actually be able to get Kemper to help in on this. This is probably the more tedious part of the battle, actually. But it is an important part if you want to win this game. Okay, Terry is going to take this opportunity to... Okay, here's our chance to get a surrender, I think. Actually, we might be able to get it on Terry. Siegfried is kind of getting beat up here. Canfield skirmishers are miraculously still in the field. Okay, if we can get him to surrender, I think we can quit. But we really need that early campaign surrender. Okay. This, in theory, we have 3 units charging from multiple sides. He has nowhere to run. He should surrender. Oh my gosh. Just surrender. Damn you, Terry. That's just gonna shatter. Never mind. Oh, we can try again. Brook looks like the only other reasonable target to get a surrender on at this point. Brook might actually surrender. maybe. Like, just surrender already. Like, I don't know why sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. They surrender at the weirdest times, and then sometimes they just don't surrender at all. Like, I don't understand one bit sometimes this game. Like, usually they need to be in melee to do it, but for some reason, for this particular scenario, they just don't want to surrender. Maybe because the game knows that it's broken to get units to surrender, but you'll see in a second. I'm just going to speed it up at this point. There's really no... We're going to get shatters pretty quickly here. Actually, Siegfried, you can just stay there. That's a shatter. Okay, maybe we can get a surrender on Grant. I don't know. Okay, no, he just shattered. That's so annoying. Alright, we're gonna start grouping our skirmishers back up, and we might as well just call it a day. But, I mean, we might as well just finish. I suppose this is... I'll just put something in the video that says, hey, I won the battle. Skip forward if you want to see me mop up, I guess. I don't know. Siegfried and Kemper are going to stay out because we're going to need them later. These other guys I don't particularly care that much about. Okay, that was hopefully Canfield. Okay, maybe we can get a surrender here. Just hold their fire. Go. No! Siegfried, I told you to stay out. Why are you doing this to me? Get them in melee. Maybe I can get some surrenders. Come on. You know you want to. Surrender. Surrender. Just do it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, we should have had like a billion jillion surrenders here, but they just refuse. I don't know. Like, we surround them, we get in melee, we do all the things, and they don't surrender. So, it is what it is. That's a wrap. So pretty clean. Unfortunately, I didn't get any surrenders, but I did wipe out their entire army. I was outnumbered almost 3-1, so... But yeah, this is very challenging for a lot of new people because there's a lot to consider and a lot to think about. If you just go in directly like you're supposed to, you're gonna just take a bunch of damage and run out of troops. So it's all about maneuvering. I did suffer a lot of casualties. And this is also important here. Captured. Note this. Captured. When you kill enemy troops, you get their weapons. So if you kill more enemy troops, you get more weapons. And at harder difficulties, you're facing more enemy troops. So after each battle, especially if you're doing very well and getting tons of casualties, you will get an absolute ton of weapons. I got a bunch of artillery. I did lose some artillery. very good kill-death ratios, especially on Kemper and Siegfried, who we'll be keeping, and we're going to move on to the next screen, speaking about that. This is around about an hour, so it is what it is. So we got 237 troops. This is very important, especially early on. I can't emphasize that enough. We got 237 additional recruits. Siegfried and Kemper we kept. And we'll be able to reinforce. Unfortunately, the commanders died, so we can probably put like a colonel and a major in charge, lieutenant colonel, major. And you're given resources, cash, and troops. So what you can do is with these newfound troops, you can simply rebolster the ranks, and voila, we have a full new unit. But I'll do that later because I want to think about it a little bit. But so yeah, for the next battle, you go to the battle map. Yeah, okay. There, now it's not almost empty. It's important to have supplies. So this is the next battle, the next minor battle. You need to do those, and then you go to the major battle, which is the first battle we'll run. But anyway, that's first, or Potomac Fort. It's very intimidating for a lot of new people. A lot of new people give up because if you don't do it perfectly, and you're outnumbered 3-1, have you actually take a fort, you lose. I had to distract that brigade in the beginning in order to get behind the fort. If there was a brigade stopping my attack or stopping me from getting behind, I would have taken massive casualties and probably would have lost. I still lose this battle every now and then, and I have almost 1,300 hours. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.